Sai.
Brago.
Uh, it's been a little while, yeah?
Yeah, what, like almost 4 weeks, right?
In a minute.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we haven't talked any One Piece. You haven't talked. How you been?
I've been good, man. Are you gonna be rusty? Are you gonna be okay? Do you remember who Luffy is?
I had to reread, to figure out, remember what Luffy is. I was talking to somebody. I was like, yeah, Luffy and his paramecia powers. And they're like, paramecia? Do you even read One Piece?
Yeah, sorry,
I was like,
not paramecia. I mean
bad.
Logia.
Exactly. It was like, he's a Logia, right? Funny enough, like before I reacted to 1156, I had to reread 1155.
That's fair.
Like, I was just like, wait, okay. Wait, because it just jumped. It was like back. I'm like, wait. What was the last thing that happened? So I did have to like get a quick refresher, but I'm good. I'm back. One Piece was really good this week and the past few weeks. I know it's been breaks, right? So 2 chapters in the past month.
Yeah, 2 chapters in the past month. It's funny, looking at this latest chapter, I think you're the guy that Oda's targeting because every time we see Garp, in the last 2 chapters, it says parentheses, Luffy's grandpa. So it's like Oda's, he wants to remind people, and I think that's beautiful, Just thank you, Oda. I
have felt like these chapters were geared towards me, especially 1157, when I was reading 1156 chat, and then, I said it was Katakuri upscale, and somebody's like, yo, Katakuri mentioned in Big 2025, and then like, boom. Right? We got actual Katakuri in the chapter in 2025. So I don't want to hear it. He's the GOAT. But let's talk about 1156.
Yeah. Let's go back in time.
Let's go back in time a little bit. People talking about the goonage in the past.
There's a lot of Goon talk that you missed out on, I will admit. Goon Valley, Roger D. Goon. It's everywhere, bro.
I didn't know. It
was the trenches.
For a chapter like this to exist, I think Oda's dropping some hints about things, but we'll talk about it. And I'm not surprised necessarily because we knew Oda was a freak, right? Like Sandman reminds us all the time. However, for it to go like this, like an entire chapter dedicated to it, I'm like, Oda, Jesus, man, how long have you been waiting to do this?
He's pent up, dude. He's, what is he, like 50, 51 years old now? He's got to let it go somewhere.
He's ready. But we're still in the same time period with Rocks going crazy. And Oda chooses to focus on the Kuja Pirates. We heard about the Kuja Pirates before, as far as like, I mean, obviously, but I'm talking about like the other members, like, oh, this one died, and then Gloriosa, and then Shakky. So like, we heard about them. So like, to kind of get them now, it was honestly pretty shocking. And not gonna lie, the first appearance for Gloriosa here, I was like, damn, like, above Hancock?
No,
I don't know.
No.
She was moving me.
That's crazy.
She was moving me, man.
Not
she was
above
moving
Hancock.
Me. I don't know. Gloriosa, she was doing something to me. Now, she was getting love, right? Everyone was fawning over her, even other women. And even Oda showing love to the other body types as well, He didn't just focus on Gloriosa. She had, her henchmen that were built a little different.
That's a really nice way to put it.
Yeah, I mean, you just...
We have these special built women on the side, also fawning over Gloriosa. Let me tell you about their body shapes and how it's unconventional.
Very different. It's like Oda's saying there's not just one body type that's pretty, right? There are a bunch of different body types that are worth attention. Like, look at Sandersonia or Marigold, like...
I will admit I was a big Sandersonia fan back in the day. That was the green-haired one, right?
At least Sandersonia is the green-haired one. I liked her a lot, too.
Yeah, she did something to me.
And so I liked how they presented it because it's like, yo, Gloriosa, like, she is it. And then you have Tritoma, right? She's bringing a bunch of letters to her. And I'm like, oh, damn, she's pulling from the pile behind her. And it's like, no, That pile is for somebody else. I'm like, wait, okay, who could this pile be for? Since Gloriosa is the captain, that pile is for Shakuyaku, who
Yup.
is the first mate, and she has even more motion than Gloriosa. Sai, how did you feel about that?
That's a little bit disgusting, right? I guess like the Straw Hat Roger Pirate equivalent would be if Zoro had like a higher bounty than Luffy. Like, oh yeah, Luffy's scary, but let me tell you about Zoro. It's like, oh damn. Like the number 2 is really outshining the captain, huh?
It's
That's
weird
kinda nuts.
because it's like I feel like obviously Luffy gets the most love in the story. Kinda. Yeah. I would say next to Shanks, right? Next to Shanks. But I would say Zoro's right there.
I mean, yeah, Zoro's right there, but Luffy's always like on top, right? I think that's why like it's so blasphemous that Gloriosa's pile is so small compared to Shakky, her mate.
Let me ask you, like, how close do you think Zoro and Luffy are as far as popularity in the West?
Oh, in the West.
In the West.
I think it's quite genuinely like neck and neck.
I think it's close.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? I think it's pretty close.
It's very
as far
close.
as both. Like because when I hear about like, I feel like everybody loves Luffy because it's like, yo, main character, the reason why we do it. But I feel like Zoro has like stans, and it's like men and women who just absolutely love the character. So I think it's neck and neck. Now this is outrageous. This is like, what anime is this? My Hero?
My Hero?
I don't think Deku is the most popular character in My Hero. Right?
Who would
I
be?
don't think so. Todoroki? All Might?
Todoroki, All Might, yeah.
Bakugo?
Yeah. Bakugo. Maybe even some of the villains, too. Shigaraki.
What about Momo?
Endeavor,
right?
That's my number 1.
Endeavor?
Yeah.
I don't know if Endeavor's more popular, though. I love
that's
Endeavor
like a
way
personal
more.
thing.
Right, I love it. I think Endeavor is the best character in My Hero easily, but he has his flaws that people like to point out. Hunter Hunter. Oh, you don't like Hunter Hunter.
I don't like Hunter Hunter. I'm looking at popularity polls right now, by the way.
Yeah.
In Japan and global, Zoro is almost constantly in the top 5 right behind Luffy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking at a pure Japanese one right now. I don't know what year this is, so forgive me, but Luffy's number 1 and Zoro's number 2 with only 1,000 less votes. And that's not just like this one, but like there's multiple ones where Zoro's always number 2.
He's always right there. He's always going to be right there. I want to say Sasuke's more popular than Naruto. In the popularity poll, maybe. I know. I believe Killua was more popular than Gon, but I think Sasuke was more popular than Naruto.
I'd vote for Sasuke over Naruto. I like them both, but Sasuke,
like
very
Sasuke.
overtly edgy. Kind of love him.
I think, is it the edge?
I think it's the edge, especially at the very end where he's just like a nomad, like, I must atone for my sins, and he just travels off. I just finished Naruto again, like yesterday, by the way. So like it's all fresh in my mind. What's up?
You read it or watched it?
I watched it.
That's crazy. You watched the filler or just skip all the filler?
I watched some filler. Like I watched the Sasuke side story, the Shikamaru side story, the wedding stuff, and yeah.
Yeah. I would say early on I hated Sasuke because I felt like he was making everybody's life more difficult for chasing something that wasn't going to bring any fulfillment. Of course, that's my perspective. For him, it's completely different. Like, my life got torn to shreds in front of me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Then after the story kept going on, I'm like, you know what? I get it. I get him. Like, Danzo had to go. We got to pull up at the summit, right? The only thing that Sasuke did where I was like, at the time, I hated it was when he's like, all right, I'm destroying the Leaf Village.
At the very end?
after the Itachi thing, he was like, all right, leave village, you gotta go. I'm sorry. After Itachi did everything to protect him, he's like, nah, I'm gonna destroy it. I'm like, oh, I get it. And then the other thing that made me like laugh out loud when he was like, I want to be the Hokage. I'm like, what?
Yeah, and then he's like, but by the way, what that means is I'm gonna kill all the other Kage while they're sleeping, and then I'm just gonna unite all the villages, which I'm gonna be honest, that, you know, as a kid, I feel like that'd be my dream too. Like, oh yeah, let's unite the world by killing everybody. Like it sounds good on paper, but it's kind of not.
It's like he's saying that I'm gonna be the bad guy.
Yeah, like
because
Lelouch or something.
It's like everybody kind of unites when there's a true bad guy.
Yeah.
For a while. Because like even Attack on Titan, everyone is united when like things are going bad. But then after things settle down, people are still like at odds again. So it's like, you know, flawed plan. Either way, Shakyaku's popularity just in comparison to Gloriosa, Shaki's gorgeous, right? But I don't think the difference in beauty is that stark.
It's very stark.
You think so?
Dude, it's stark. Also, one last thing. I'm looking at all the Shonen Jump polls. Zoro only lost one poll and was third place, and that was to Law. And that was only one time, too.
Makes sense. Probably Punk Hazard times.
Yeah, but no, dude, Shaki's way ahead of Gloriosa, man.
I think she's ahead. I don't think it's that ahead. Gloriosa's beautiful.
She's not bad. I mean, she's not good though. I held a poll too, dude. Gloriosa was damn near last place. I put
as
Shakky
far as like
there.
Hancock,
Hancock, Tritoma, and Shakky. Gloriosa was last place.
Behind Tritoma?
Yeah, adult Tritoma, by the way, like the image that Oda drew in the SBS. People put Tritoma over Gloriosa. I think it's the black hair. I think the black hair does something, man.
All right, maybe I gotta see this adult Tritoma. I don't remember it, but like, I don't know. I mean, I understand behind Hancock and Shakky, but you know what it is?
over a character we've only seen once.
Right? Like,
yeah,
that's
it is
crazy.
Kinda wild. It is kind of wild.
But I think maybe also with Gloriosa, we're getting more things about her, and also we saw her get rejected.
Yeah.
So it's like
Roger does not care about her at all.
Yeah, it's like we saw her get rejected, so we're kind of looking at her like they don't care about you, so why should we care about you? Obviously, it's about Shakky. But yeah, she doesn't have the same popularity that Shakky has, obviously. And now in the chapter, at the same time, we find out the first mate Shakky's more popular, and then the Roger pirates pull up. At this time, I'm like, okay, is this Oda trying to somewhat legitimize like the strength of the Kuja pirates, right? To show us how formidable they are versus the Roger pirates. It's about to get crazy. Then Roger says, yo, it's time to hand over Shakky.
Bring her out.
I'm like, wait, what's going on? I'm like, wait.
It's so funny,
I'm like,
dude.
I gotta see Shakky. I have to see what she looks like. And, you know, like we find out Gloriosa, she's in love with Roger, and Roger isn't returning her affections. And then we see Shakky. I see the appeal. Right? I see the appeal. I understand it. Even with her and like Roger tried to fight it. You know, Gavon didn't try to fight it at all.
He tried his best. It was an extreme death battle.
Roger said, what did you do to Gavon? And he's like, damn it, I love you. And then she says, I love you too, Roger, but I will belong to no one. The only person, seemingly, who's acting normal around Shakky is Silver Israeli.
And he's not even like completely normal too. Like the minute she winks, he's like, "Whoa, ooh."
It's like a, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. But I think I think
maybe a little bit of confusion.
She did it just to see, just a test.
Yeah.
Like, would it work on you? But obviously, we know in real time that's Rayleigh's lady, seemingly. But even with as good as Shakky looks, Rayleigh's still outside. And Rayleigh didn't marry her. I don't know.
I mean, marriage, like he's with her 24/7. They might as well be married, right? Like not officially, but I mean, they're kind of just a thing. I wouldn't question it.
They're a thing, but like you kind of see it with even with Scopper, right? Scopper married a giant, he locked it down, and really, he's kind of like, yeah, we have an understanding.
He's a free soul, man.
Yeah, but I think maybe that's also what attracts Shakky, because really he's kind of like somewhat nonchalant about it.
Yeah.
Either way, in the meantime, Garp pulls up at the same time, because where Roger is, Garp always will be. And we have our first on-screen full exchange, not full, but exchange between Garp and Roger. And for the most part, it's an even exchange.
I'd say for the most part, yeah. It looks pretty even. I mean, you can tell this isn't their first rodeo, so they've definitely clashed like this in the past.
I still have people saying that Garp is not on Roger's level. This is a young Roger. I'm like, this is young Garp too. Like,
yeah, I was about to say, wait, can't you say the same thing about Garp? Like, oh, he's also young. I mean, it's yeah. It's not like he peaks here. He didn't just like stop training, right?
I think what it is, people are holding on to like their initial beliefs, where several years ago, before any knowledge about Garp and any confirmation about how strong he is, people felt like, oh, Garp and Roger almost killed each other several times. It's just like Smoker and Luffy, That's all
it's
it is.
Like Buggy and Luffy. Buggy almost killed
Luffy. But he just cornered him a few times. He never really had a shot.
Yeah.
No, I had mentioned this in my review, but I said obviously Roger technically won every exchange because he didn't get captured, and it's not like Roger's trying to fight Garp. Garp is trying to capture Roger. So Roger technically he gets away every time. He's winning the exchange. However, Garp isn't pulling up with like Sengoku and Suru. He's by himself. So even if he gets the best of Roger, he still has to deal with Rayleigh and Scopper and the other guys, right? So no matter what, Garp never has a chance to bring Roger in. It's just impossible considering the crew.
It's like Tom and Jerry, Like, yeah, Jerry loses because he never captures Tom. No. I said that backwards.
Tom loses because he never captures Jerry.
But Tom does a really good job, though, right? Like, any other mouse shows up to that household, they're cooked.
They have no chance.
No chance.
Tom's relentless. But then also, like you said with Jerry has like the bulldog sometimes.
Yeah, and then they team up against the bulldog, which I guess would be Roxy's. What a stupid analogy.
Crazy. Tom and Jerry. It's
2025. Love them,
relevant
man.
in any
Love
era. So they have a clash, right? And they're talking about like, yo, this is how they are, and when they're younger, whatever.
Yeah.
And Gloriosa, she gets sick. Apparently. Love sickness, I'm presuming. But then we have it where Shakky takes over and says her popularity reached heights never before seen. Which, I mean, if she was already more popular than the captain as the first mate, her taking over, becoming the captain, I mean, it was kind of inevitable.
It might as well be Shakky's era at this point.
I call it a pirate queen, bro. At this point, she's a pirate queen. I'm sorry.
That's what Boa was, right? Boa is the pirate empress. Like, yeah, but Shakky is the pirate queen.
Pirate queen. Like, she was inspiring people to go to sea. Like, this is crazy.
Just to get beaten up by her. I love that one so much.
Crazy. So then,
never say that out loud,
chapter transitions. Brother. Yeah, I mean, just down bad times 1,000. We transition to Elbaf, Ida's bar, and Loki is being a dick. And then Harold's here, Ida's here, and Loki was about to drown. And for the most part, do you think like Loki went to sea where he was like, all right, I'm either getting out of here or I'm dying? Either one, I don't care. With like how he was trying to handle escaping Elbaf. Because I think like for the most part he was trying to leave, but he felt like if I die, I die.
Yeah.
I don't care if I drown.
I don't think he cares too much. Well, maybe he does now that he has his idol, though.
Maybe, but it's like it's either be with him or die. Like I'd rather do that than be here in Elbaf. Now, shout out to Ida because she's being really understanding. Even with Loki being a dick, saying he didn't ask for help. But there's one thing that I wanted to ask you about this scene where, like Loki, I initially thought like, okay, wait, Ida, I understand you being this nice lady, but Loki's being a dick, and she's just taking all of it, and she's like saying all the right things. I'm like, all right, it's cool to acknowledge. Right? It's cool to acknowledge that he's a bad kid. You know what I mean? Like you can call him out. You don't have to like basically be okay with the behavior. But then he says, you just want the money. You just want to live in a castle. And then Harold tells him to apologize to Ida because he has no idea what Ida's been through. And I was like, Harold, like, sure. But like, obviously Loki's acting out because he wants your attention. And you honestly have no idea what Loki's been through either. So I think it, for me in this moment, it kind of felt like Harold kind of being oblivious to what was going on again, where Ida, she's kind of seeing it, where Loki's just saying shit just for attention. How did you view that scene?
Yeah, it's tough because like you could tell everybody here cares for Loki,
right?
But it feels like a little too late, right? Like if they did this to Loki when he was a baby, it would be totally fine. As far as Harold goes, like I get what people say, right? Like Harold puts his country first. He always has, always will, and I think that's big. But at the same time, like it's not too hard to like you said, like know what his son's going through. Like his son's over here almost dying, not really caring, just wanting to set out to sea. They don't even acknowledge that really. Like they see like, oh, he's okay. Okay, let's just move on. You know what I mean? Like they just hop on to the next topic. So like they all mean well.
Harold even says, because Ida is scolding the guy who said that he almost didn't want to save him.
Yeah.
Right? And then Harold says, listen, Ida, it was Loki's decision to go out to sea. Yeah,
like he doesn't try to help his son or talk his son out of it. He just says that and moves on. Yeah, you want to do that. But I mean, to be fair, like maybe Harold's upbringing was also tough too. Because like Harold was a little bit of a scumbag, right? So maybe Harold went through this, so he's like, oh, maybe Loki will be fine. Like that's my
1,000%. I think 1,000% Harold doesn't know any better. And he's doing the best he can to be understanding. He just doesn't have the context. He doesn't have the experience to do that. So for him, he's like, well, Loki, he made the decision to go out to sea. Like, why are we going so hard on this guy? I'm like, yeah, but like, you know, like, there's other things going on. There are other things at play, which in Harold's defense, he has a lot going on. Like, there's a lot.
He's barely even home.
That he's trying to figure out, like, around the world, you know? And, like, he comes home and his kid's just acting up, like, leaving. It's just like, all right, man. I don't know.
Just annoyed.
Like, I don't know what else to do, man. I don't know what else to do. But then Ida even asks Loki, like, yo, do you want to live with us? Like,
dude,
which we had talked about this before. Where it's like,
where was she 20 years ago?
Like, that's where he should have gone. Like after the whole debacle with his mother.
Yeah,
you know, and he's like, now it's just, it might be too
late.
Little too late.
Yeah,
right. Might be a little too late. And something that I wanted Harold's reaction to was when Loki said, "I'm sick of this country. Everyone's weak. I want to be free, like rocks." We didn't see Harold's response to that statement. I would like to see what he has said to that. Is it nonchalant? Is he like, all right, whatever, do what you got to do? Is it like, no, I don't want you to be like this person? Maybe we eventually see it, because I feel like that's just like such an important moment where it's just like we don't see what Harold says to that, which is Loki declaring like what he actually wants at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if you were Harold and your kid comes up to you and says, "Hey, Dad, I want to be a criminal," just like this guy, just like Uncle James, I want to be a criminal, It's like, maybe you shouldn't see Uncle James next week. I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't bring him around the house.
I mean, yeah, essentially. Or he's like, yeah, all right, kids, whatever. I gotta go. I gotta get out of here.
See you later. I'm leaving the country again.
I'll be back in 6 months. So after the Rocks Pirates, they take over Hachinosu. Several months later, somebody pulls up. At first, I'm like, is it Loki? Because of how, like, they had the glasses on, they had the hood. But I was like, wait, okay. Unless, like, everybody here is, like, super large, this can't be Loki. Then, of course, this is just what pirates do, right? When somebody pulls up, even when they don't want to be bothered, they still just got to bother them, especially when they're conspicuous. He kicks this guy, and then this guy just grabs him by the head. Find out it's Mobster Kyo, future Silver Axe.
Mobster
you think about his
Kyo.
design?
Dude, I love this design. Like, out of all the Rocks Pirates, I think he might be one of my favorites. He just looks so damn cool. Well. People said he looks like Zephyr, which I kind of see. He does have that like Zephyr feel.
They're saying it's Katakuri's dad.
A little bit like Douglas Bullet, ex-Drake. Oh, yeah.
He's a prototypical, like, cool archetype character that Oda typically does, right? Like, the proportions are good. Like, everything is really good with Silver Axe. I'm sure you've seen the theory about, like, him having the roots fruit.
Yeah, because
his size.
Because he gets kicked.
Yeah, he got kicked and then he just grew. I thought that was really cool. That'd be interesting. And then Oda's establishing certain things with his flashback too by saying, "Yo, this is Shikky's rival," which, you know, I'm like, well, I guess that's cool. I always felt like Shikky's rivals were like Roger and Whitebeard.
No, like, this is it, man. You know,
this is him, Silver Axe.
Honestly, it was kind of in front of us this entire time. Silver Axe, Golden Lion, like. Not super obvious, but you knew that they were kind of connected.
Somewhat.
It's like Gold Roger and Silver's Rayleigh, right? Like,
I didn't think Silver Axe would ever get like that much focus.
Yeah,
so
true.
It's just like, you know, just thought it was just one of those throwaways. So, you know, he goes on to join the Rocks Pirates and we get some information about Rocks and what he wants. Apparently he wants, right? There are 2 devil fruits that he wants. And one he's saying is likely found on Elbath, and its power will only be truly unlocked if Harold eats it. Any thoughts about what this devil fruit could be where an ancient giant is the only person that can truly unlock it?
If you know, aside from that comment from Rocks, I do think that the legendary fruit of Elbath is still the Nika fruit. That's kind of where I'm at right now. As far as why like a giant would need to eat that.
Right. That's the thing.
It's like, maybe because they know the Nika lore, because they worship the sun god, so they're more like attuned with the fruit, which I get the theory is very flimsy. My reasoning is flimsy, but there's not a lot of like slam dunk answers out there. I don't think there's nothing's really been solidified yet when it comes to the Elbath devil fruit. It's a hard one.
It is difficult. I wonder if, because I was thinking like,
yeah,
a fruit being called Ragnarok is crazy, but like
that would be kind of nuts. The Ragnarok devil fruit,
like a fruit akin to that, where it's just like it's kind of meant for a giant, like, or is Rocks just trying to tie fruits with personalities or people that he thinks could truly unlock them? Like, cause remember when Blackbeard pulled up with like the other Blackbeard pirates? We're like, okay. Why is he giving his crewmates like somewhat redundant devil fruits?
Yeah.
Where it's like you're giving Burgess the strength fruit and you're giving San Juan Wolf like the giant. It's like you're doing things that like feels unnecessary. However, because of who they are, it would make sense for them to probably unlock the true power of that fruit a lot easier. So that's a thought I had about like Rocks and unlocking that fruit because of Elbath. But then they mentioned like Galilea.
I was going to say, I like the fire giant theory that people have been throwing out there too. Like the Surtur devil fruit.
Fire giant. Okay.
Because they talked about that a long time ago with Loki. Like, oh, Loki might have like the Surtur devil fruit. And that'd be kind of cool because I think Surtur is like tied to Ragnarok, I believe. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've seen that, but Yeah, maybe it's
It
something
has to
that
be
makes you bigger. And if you're a giant, it makes you even bigger than that. So that's why Rox wants to give it to a giant specifically.
the lore has to be tied to giants in some way, where
Yeah.
he feels like that's the only way where we can get the true power of this devil fruit. Um, I wonder. 'Cause now I'm thinking about like the red line and things like that, where it's like could be
What
something
could help
tied to
destroy
that.
it?
Right, helping destroy it, bringing it down because he's trying to take down the Holy Land. You
Yeah.
know, so could be something tied to that,
Like a rock muncher devil fruit.
or like the what was the name of the world serpent? Jormungandr.
Jormungandr. Yeah. It sounds so cool. You can never pronounce it, but it sounds cool.
Yeah, I do love it. They also talk about like finding Galilea,
Yeah.
the frozen giants, the shipwrights, and basically everyone's saying like, yo, they're gone, like they're dead, which is crazy that like a bunch of ancient giants just like disappear. Thought it was interesting. Big Mom saying her network is on it, his information network is on it, and it's like they end up being somewhere where she like actually has somebody working eventually. And then she's researching gigantification at the same time. And then we see Freaky Streusen. I like how they call him Linlin's partner. Where like, do you think Oda would ever confirm that he's Perospeto's dad?
I think one day they will. One day they will. I mean, dude, when you look at it, dude, in this timeline right now, well, we're still like 44, 42 years in the past. Big Mom from this point all the way to Goon Valley has 12 kids. She has 12 kids from here to there, brother. Like, I know that doesn't really relate to Streusen, but eventually we're going to have to meet some of these guys, right? Eventually we're going to have to meet some of her, quote, husbands.
I think the thing is, this is one of those that Oda probably steers away from.
You think so?
Considering what it means, no?
He's already talked about it in SBS where he says that Big Mom sees a guy that she wants to mate with. She mates him and then she, you know, kind of kicks him off the island. Which I don't get, by the way. Like, I never... Did they ever explain why Big Mom gets rid of the husband afterwards? Like, why can't they leave willingly? Or why can't, you know, she have him on, like, a side island so that she could, like, revisit later? Like Katakuri's dad, right? Obviously, they've got pretty good genes. Like, you see how Katakuri turns out. Like, why not, you know,
why not
keep him on speed dial?
I think it's just like maybe her... that's how she maintains dominance, right? Where it's just like, I'm the one who took advantage of you and I cast you away.
Yeah, maybe.
Right? You're not going to be living on an island like a king.
Dude, I had a theory pop up the other day, and I love it. You know, it's getting a lot of traction. But how do you feel about if Big Mom comes back, that she gives birth during the battle to, like, the ultimate son or daughter?
Like, she gives birth to Meruem?
Yeah, just like during like imagine she fights Kid-in-Law again, and she's like, I'm not gonna fight you, or ooh, she's gonna say, I'm about to even the playing field, and then she just, and then you see like a kid walk out, and they're like the ultimate spawn, brother. That'd be nuts, huh?
Here's the thing, I would like that if she didn't already have the ultimate kid.
How about if she gets with the ultimate kid, Katakuri?
I don't know how that would work in like One Piece. Like, is that...
Me neither. This is, you know, now we're in like dicey territory.
Very dicey.
Yeah, very dicey.
And I'll say this. You said this theory to get a lot of traction.
Oh, people love this theory.
Yeah. I don't know what's wrong with people. Maybe
I don't know if I love it, by the way, guys.
The break weeks.
I'm wiping my hands clean with this one, but you know,
I feel
people
like
love
every other week I see like a Big Mom theory about her coming back. Oh, Big Mom's coming back. Big Mom's not dead. Blah 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 blah. Which I agree with. But her coming back to have kids on the battlefield, you know, a choice. We see one of your favorites though, because Oda's given us the Rocks Pirate roster, Barbell, right?
Did you just say that out of nowhere, or do you actually think he's my favorite?
Well, you always mention Sunbell, so I just figured Barbell would be, you know.
You're not wrong. I unironically do like Barbell. He's a catfish, dude. I love catfish. So I do like this goober here. He is pretty awesome. Barbell, look at the fire here, dude. He's like Sun God Nika of the Rocks era.
He's emergency food. Nah, I think he's cool. I think he's cool. People are saying he's DEI, right?
Yeah, Rocks is pulling at Davey back. Well, let me tell you, we need a fishman here.
We just need a fishman. Why, Rocks? Just cuz, all right?
In case there's a fire, man.
We need somebody to put the fire out. So, in comes Barbell. And now Kaido's already here as well. And Kaido is being Kaido because also another hint is Barbell says, even if they got brought back, because talking about the Galilea and the ancient giants, they have no reason to listen to you. And then he says, that's why I need the power of Herald, King of Elbaf. So then it's tying so many things together because it's like, all right, you want Herald to unlock the true power. And then it's like, you also want Herald in a way to lead these giants, these ancient giants, the Galilea.
Smart.
So I'm like, he really needs Herald if he wants to take this to another level. But I think a lot of people are saying, like, oh my God, Rock's you don't need anything else. You already have all these people. You could just take the world government right now. I'm just like, there's a reason why he's accumulating even more things because the world government, they're pretty powerful.
Yeah, and the thing is that Rocks, he met Emu. He knows what he needs, right? It's not like, oh, he's building up too much. It's like, no. He met the final boss. He knows exactly what he needs to be leveled up to. So yeah, he needs the giants. He needs Galilea.
An admiral.
All that.
How much more do you need?
Exactly.
And I'm just like, I guess I'm looking at it like, yeah, you did that, but obviously the world government is going through a transition where a lot of big names are still young with Garp and Sengoku and Suru and even having Kong still there. So it's just and the whole point is not to match the world government. You're trying to have enough to overthrow them.
Yeah.
So you really need overwhelming power and force. So Kaido's here and Kaido just, says some Kaido stuff. Just crush him, right? Make him obey you. And I didn't expect this from Rocks. Rocks kicks him and say, yo, don't say that shit to me ever again, bro.
I love that, dude. That solidified Rocks for me. Yeah, he's fun. I like this guy a lot.
It is weird because I think Rocks has a problem.
What's the problem?
I don't think he's Harold's pal.
Yeah. Well, okay.
You know what I
that
mean?
is a problem, but you gotta admit,
It's one-sided.
it's respectable though.
It's respect. Okay, here's the thing. Is Harold his pal genuinely? Or is Harold his pal because he needs Harold?
I think Harold is his pal through and through. Because if Rocks really did just need him, I think he would take the Kaido route of just, strong-arming him and taking the Devil Fruit.
But I think with Harold's resolve, even if he strong-armed him, it wouldn't work. You know what I mean? I think he already assessed, the type of man that Harold is, where it's just even if I did manage to do that, even if I could, right? Because we don't know if, he realizes, Harold is pretty damn strong himself. He would never just conform and do what I say.
Yeah, but even then, think about it like this. Harold, when Rocks went up to Marie's Raw, he was seemingly by himself. You could view Harold as Rocks' first friend. So maybe he does hold, a special place in his heart for this guy.
It's he was there as well, so he kind of understands what I went through somewhat. I think it's like I said, it feels like he cherishes Harold, and Harold's yeah, but you can't. You got to stay here at the bar. You can't.
Yeah, I don't like you that much. I'm not bringing you up to the castle, which is funny because I was like, man, they could smuggle him up to the castle if they wanted to, right? He's this big. You could just I don't know, wear a cape and put him inside
Harold
of it.
Don't like him like that.
Yeah, it is. Harold, like you said, it is one way, but I do think this is respectable out of Rocks, though, right? I don't know. I like it.
I have to see where it goes because it's it's respectable, right?
Yeah.
But I think the fact that Rox's name got erased kind of tells us about like how some of his relationships truly were. Because like if like people really cared about Rox, I'm talking about the powers that be, there's no way you could erase his name.
Yeah.
I think it's just like after he died, everybody was just like, well, all right, time to move on. It is what it is. You know?
Yeah, I don't know how they erased his name. Like, especially next chapter, which we'll get to. Like, how do you erase a guy like this? Like, oh, by the way, here's like 1,000 crimes that they committed. It was known as his era. It's like, bro, did you like memory wipe everybody? Like, what?
Well, one, the bigwigs didn't care about him, didn't care for him.
Yeah.
So it's not like Whitebeard is like, well, and this is for my pal Rox. He doesn't, whatever, doesn't care. And then anybody else that's like singing Rox's praises, like if they have like a Rox like fan club, oh, they're dead.
Yeah, just get rid of him. Like send a Kainu, like, hey, I need you to get rid of these insurgents real quick.
Or just send that guy that shot that lady on that boat to trigger Harold. Send him.
Oh, that cool looking dude? Yeah, CP10. Yeah.
He looked like he was from another manga. That's how like unique he looked. But I think at the end of the day, it's kind of like your legacy is what you leave behind and how people remember you. And it's just, I think this just tells me about like how people view him. Also, as cool as it is in the last page where he's like, yo, you know, we're taking out an Elbaf. If you don't trust me, then get out of here. Follow me if you got the balls. I'll show you the peak of the world. And it's like, this sounds cool, right? And it looks cool and it's holy aura. But then with Big Mom right there, I think about like Big Mom's words, like when she's falling down in the abyss. She didn't think about rocks. Like her thought was, damn, Roger, why'd you have to go in? I'm like,
yeah, we need more people to mention rocks, dude.
It just feels like rocks, nobody cares. Like nobody cares about everything that Rox accomplished. And in the next chapter, they really play it up. And I love where we start off in the next chapter because we jump right into a heist. And I think that's pretty cool. And I'm not going to lie, in this first sequence, and the more we find out about the Rox pirates and their personalities, loving Shakky, bro.
Shakky's funny, bro.
Loving Shakky, bro. Oh my God. Like he's the troll. Like I thought he was like genuinely like, oh man, I forgot about them.
Where'd he get the cannonball from? It just popped out of nowhere.
He just drops it in there.
How could I forget?
Right. And then of course Whitebeard being Whitebeard's like, yo, stop playing with me. Like this isn't doing anything. But then also it's funny because after he does that, we see Whitebeard, we see Kaido, we see Silver Axe. Whitebeard and Kaido having a casual conversation. Silver Axe looks like he's fighting for his life. Like, why would you do something like that?
He like took genuine damage, right? Like it was you, Shakky.
And Whitebeard and Kaido just talking about devil fruits, like
yeah,
unscathed.
Wait, Kyo is on his knees, bro, mouth wide open and everything.
And so it's kind of like, okay, these two are built different. Silver Axe is not on these two's level. Like, I'm sorry, these two are just different. But one is kind of like more than likely black. Whitebeard is like part, or is a buccaneer or something. And Kaido, obviously, we know, yes, some ancient giant.
Yeah, he's got that Oni DNA, bro.
Right. So
it's unfair.
And then Silver Axe seems like a regular person. However, if he has the devil fruit that we think he does, like that should, be able to be used. But it's Shakky trolling, his rival, in some sense. Thought that was hilarious. Thought the conversation between Kaido and Whitebeard was interesting too. Where it's just like,
yeah,
Kaido's
back
like,
then,
hey, my man.
Kaido wanted some devil fruits, man. He was jealous.
He's like, I'm jealous, man. I wish I could do that. Which I get it. Like he just tilted the seas, just casually.
Yeah, just casually, just breaking everything.
Right. And I like with Big Mom, they were like, yo, this is his handiwork. I know it's
New Gates.
New Gates. right? And Whitebeard just pops out like, yo, take your time and choose wisely. Be with you for life. Which is interesting because I don't think he even chose his devil fruit.
No.
Right?
Kaido, it
Kaido
seems
didn't
like
choose
Big
his
Mom
devil
chose for him, right?
fruit. Right. And so it was just like,
He got a good one, though. You got to admit. Like, if I had the
yeah,
Dragon Devil Fruit, even if it's not what I want, I'd be like, okay, it's still, like, top tier. Like, I
it's
can't
not
be
what I
too
wanted,
mad.
but like, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's pretty damn good. But Kaido, it's just the influences around him is intriguing because Rocks and the lesson that Rocks had is basically like value comrades, essentially. And Whitebeard is being like a stand-up guy towards him, almost like a big bro. Then Big Mom saved his life. But something like Kaido, it's like you have like a lot of positive experiences around you, I guess. But then he still is like, yeah, fuck all that. I'm still gonna be a piece of shit. I don't care.
Turns into, like, a crazy villain later.
Right, and then also, it seems like him and Whitebeard got a decent relationship, seemingly.
Yeah, I've been seeing people saying that maybe Kaido, of course he wanted the chaos, right? Kaido just wanted to fight everybody he could, but maybe if he showed up to Marineford, he would try to help Whitebeard. Like,
Yeah,
old time's sake. Just like,
Yeah.
you know what? It's like Kaido and Big Mom, right? Kaido and Big Mom, they clashed for a minute, and then they were like,
But then-
woohoo! Let's take over the
they're
world.
drinking together.
Yeah.
That's the thing where like we still don't know the true reason why, like what Kaido would have done if he got to Marineford, and then Shanks made him turn around for whatever reason. But then also I think about Wano and the Wano situation where Whitebeard didn't even want to like inquire
Didn't even ask, bro.
or go back there. Where it's like, I think he knew Kaido was crazy, and he was like, yeah, it's not gonna go anywhere.
Yeah, and that's why I think Whitebeard really should have went to Wano. Like, hey, I don't even know what to call him. Like, my junior is running amok in my friend's island. Maybe I should just stop him myself. Like, I think
at that point, Whitebeard probably was like, I don't know if I can stop him, considering how I feel, and I'm sure he hadn't seen Kaido in like a long time.
Yeah.
And look at this point, Kaido is tanking the same things Whitebeard's tanking. Not saying he's even close to as strong, but like you can see the potential.
Yeah.
In Kaido, clearly, right? And so I want to see how this relationship evolves or devolves, or like what Kaido kind of gets to, where Whitebeard didn't even feel the need to like even inquire or send a rock star, to say like, hey, like Oden was my crewmate. Da 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 da.
Can you please leave Wano alone?
I don't think Kaido's gonna leave Wano alone.
No.
I don't think he was gonna leave Wano alone. But I think this is more. It was more about Whitebeard and how he was feeling as opposed to Kaido. But I think that's interesting. Funny enough, this crew structure, it's not typical, obviously. And Captain John feels like he's more in lockstep with Rocks than anybody else.
That's what people are saying. They're saying that Captain John feels like Rocks' right-hand man. Just the way they're posed up looking at the Navy. I'm like, yo, if that's true, dude, I want to see what Captain John can do in a fight.
But I feel like I don't know if Captain John is like the prototypical right hand man. Like if somebody strong shows up, like if it's Garp and Sengoku, he's fighting Sengoku, right? I think he's like the advisor.
He's like Sudu, right?
So he's like the main guy that's like, hey, and of course Captain John is about his money. And so for a heist, he seems like the guy that's gonna like throw things together, and Rocks is like, okay, that would be cool. Because of course, the more Rocks makes, the more Captain John makes as well. So that's kind of how I view him. Like, I guess this guy was because in if we go to like Endgame or Infinity War, like Thanos, didn't he have like that like that guy that could move stuff? Like
that squid guy?
That squid guy, right? That seemingly he was like the right hand always with Thanos, right? But like he was kind of like an advisor somewhat. But like Thanos' right hand wasn't it like was it supposed to be Gamora or
So I have his name. His name is Ebony Maw.
his name was Ebony?
Ebony Maw, yeah. Yeah, the telekinesis guy who looks like a squid.
Yeah.
He's like,
Right. Where he was always with him, but like technically his right hand was supposed to be like his daughter's, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Wow,
So,
he
like,
has like a whole gang: the Ebony Maw, the Cull Obsidian, and Proxima Midnight.
I did like him though. I did like
They
him.
were cool. They were a good intro to a movie, but they didn't stick around too long. I think they died pretty fast, right?
The telekinesis guy?
Yeah. Telekinesis guy, he died really quick.
Was that early? Because remember he was fighting like Iron Man in them.
Oh, you're
No?
right. It looks like he fights
Yeah.
Doctor Strange a lot too.
Yeah.
He fights
Yeah.
Black Widow. He fights.
He was there for a while.
Oh.
He was there for a while.
Huh, who kills him?
I forget.
Yeah, I don't know who
But, like,
kills him, but somebody kills him.
I haven't touched Infinity War and Endgame. I've only watched them through once.
Same.
And so I'm kind of waiting to like do a full chronological order binge.
Oh god, that's gonna be so big. that's gonna take forever, dude. A full MCU like run through.
From like, I guess the start would be Captain America. That'd be the first one, just going in order.
Or
of
to be the
events.
Hulk. No,
Because Captain America, like that's because that's when
yeah.
everything kind of kicks off. Yeah, so Captain America, and then going through Iron Man and the Thors, and so I want to go through all of them again. I'm not, but then I lose motivation when I start thinking about like the TV shows.
Yeah, I was about to say the TV shows might be where you stop, like right after
I'm not watching all those TV
Endgame,
shows.
right?
Because after Endgame, you get to like, well, Shang-Chi. and,
Shang-Chi
like,
is okay.
right. That and then what was that movie? What was that show?
There's Loki. There's the Scarlet Witch one.
I didn't enjoy
She-Hulk.
I didn't enjoy that. I enjoyed the Scarlet Witch. I'm not watching She-Hulk.
You're not watching She-Hulk.
I don't care what's in there.
There's the really bad Winter Soldier and the Falcon one.
Oh, that's a show and a movie. Did you watch that movie?
I didn't watch the movie. I watched the show, and that really took the wind out of my sails, dude. Like seeing like what the Gen Zers rise up as like superhuman freaks. It's like, yeah, I'm okay.
The movie.
I'm
I would say
alright,
this about the
dude.
movie, Captain America: Brave New World. Right?
Yeah, I want to watch that.
It was better than I thought it would be.
Okay.
Right? And then the only issue with it is that the entire film, I'm thinking, I mean, Captain, he would be cool if he just had his powers. And they kept mentioning it. Like,
They just keep on bringing it
movie,
up.
they kept, like people just kept either him or somebody, you know what, if I had powers, and I'm like, why are you reminding me of like what it probably should be?
Yeah. Why remind me of Prime Captain America?
Come on, you know. And then he's fighting Hulk,
Like a Red Hulk, right?
Red Hulk,
Yeah.
and it's like,
it's not the best villain out there. I mean, I'm sure people love him like for the lore, but it's like it's just
was
a Red
cool.
Hulk. I don't know.
it was cool, but it's just like, in my opinion, I would say Captain America always had the best movies. Probably.
They were okay. I like the Thor movies a little bit more, but yeah.
Because Captain America had Winter Soldier.
Civil War was good, but that
And
didn't
Civil
feel like
War.
a Captain America movie. That was like a everybody movie.
It was an everybody movie, but it's like technically, you know.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So I think he had both that were like really good. And so I think people have like this expectation of Captain America, and like when you get Brave New World, it's like fine.
Could have named it
So-
something else.
But
Just Brave New World.
the thing is like, then what's the point? It's kind of like, if you're not gonna name it Captain America, then why make him Captain America? You know what I mean?
True. Maybe
you
give him
gotta
like a new
stay-
nickname. Captain
Like Falcon?
Universe.
Captain Falcon.
Captain Falcon. Yeah. Captain Falcon. Yeah, I need to watch that still. I need to watch that. I need to watch like Thunderbolts, Eternals
Thunderbolts
and
is good.
stuff.
But the thing is, like, it's the same thing with Brave New World, where Thunderbolts, I didn't have any expectations, or I had low expectations.
And
so
it was
I went
good.
into it, I'm like, it was good. It was good. It was good.
You haven't watched Fantastic Four yet, have you?
No. I'll wait for Prime.
Yeah.
You saw it?
Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but compared to like Superman, which came out like a week before that, I really enjoyed Superman a little bit more. I mean, a lot more. Fantastic Four wasn't exactly my vibe.
I've been seeing a lot of Superman propaganda on Twitter lately.
Yeah, people are like fighting over it now. Now that like a month and a half has passed, they're all like, "I hated Superman." Actually, it's like, I mean, it was a good movie.
Did you see the behind the scenes?
No, I saw what Daniel Cornsweat's crotch, and that's pretty much it.
Is his name Daniel or David?
David or Daniel? It's kind of like the same thing. Let me see. Is it David Cornsweat? Yeah, I saw like all the prototype suits he had to go through, and like one of them, because obviously they kept like the spandex underwear, right?
Yeah.
I saw the one without it, and I'm like, yeah, thank God they kept it. Just looked really odd without it.
Yeah, I think no matter what, if you do Superman, you got to keep the OG fit.
Yeah.
It was a clip of him and James Gunn talking about his monologue to Lex Luthor.
I did not see that.
Yeah, where he's asking him like, yo, but why is he doing that? Like, shouldn't it feel like this? And shouldn't it be this? And James Gunn is explaining. It seems like he just went through the scene, and they're like, he comes back, he's like, why? Like, why do I feel this way? And James Gunn is explaining, like, well, Superman, this is what it means to be human, blah, 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 blah. So it's like they're working through it. They're kind of workshopping the scene. I thought it was pretty cool.
That
which is kind of like, yeah, we went through rehearsal and all that different stuff, but like in real time when we're doing it, like, I feel like it should be different. And then there was other propaganda about like him and Lois, or the actor, and how people were saying that they're like, they were too lovey-dovey.
Were they?
Well, they're like looking at behind the scenes and stuff like that.
Oh, behind the scenes stuff. Let's say in the movie it feels like perfect, right? Because it's like Lois Lane, they're dating, so it's like, yeah, fits. I like the kiss.
Well, in the movie, I was annoyed a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
At what part? The whole like 15. I think it was a little bit too long, but like the 15-minute scene where they were doing the interview. Yeah, that should have been cut in half in my opinion, but it was decent. I thought it was kind of fun.
Well, my thing was like, fuck, it must be really annoying to date a reporter when you're Superman. Like,
it must be annoying to go online when you're Superman.
Like, it's just, and one thing I didn't like as well was like how quickly she wanted the interview. She was like, hey, do it right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, she whips out the recorder. Actually, I'm good to go.
I was like, well, she's a reporter, a great one at that. So like, this is what you do. You got the story, you take it. But I was just like, oh my God. Like I was just saying it to kind of, but either way, good Superman film.
Yeah, it's a good Superman film. Excited for the other stuff coming out.
Like Supergirl?
Yeah. Supergirl, Clayface, the Batman stuff. I think they got potentially something good on their hands.
Yeah. I'm optimistic, but then I'm still kind of like superheroed out a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I think I only have the patience for like good superhero films. I don't want to watch a bad superhero film.
I feel that way too.
That's kind of where I am with it.
That's why that's how I feel about Marvel movies. Like, I don't always watch them nowadays. Back then I used to all the time. A new Marvel movie, it's like, okay, let's check it out. But nowadays it's like, Thunderbolts, I don't know what that is. I'll just skip it for now. But I do want to go back and check it out.
Yeah, Marvel doesn't have the same. I think in general, like superhero movies, you're kind of like skeptical because of how many bad ones they've been, or like underwhelming. So you're kind of like even I don't know, the Spider-Man one, the recent was it No Way Home, Far From Home, whatever it was.
Yeah.
With all three.
I thought that was kind of
Whereas-
cool. I just like Tobey Maguire.
No, I thought it was really cool on the first watch. Like it was like, oh my god, this is insane.
Yeah.
And I tried watching it again. I was like, this is all right. It's fine.
It was just
You know,
fine.
so yeah, it's fine. But you know, like I said, I'm superheroed out. But speaking of superheroes, the Rock's Pirates are going crazy, and they sent
yeah.
a vice admiral. They
Dude.
sent Paponga.
You don't know who.
And-
Wait. Nobody says that this is a vice admiral. This could be.
I'm assuming.
This could be an admiral for all we know.
I doubt it.
You doubt? Wait, the guy
I
crossing
doubt
his
it.
arms?
Yes, I don't think that's an admiral.
I don't know, man. The aura he had in that panel is kind of crazy.
Cause like, no, I don't. Think
Yeah,
that's an
I don't know why
admiral.
they're sending bums after rocks, dude.
But the thing is, here's my thing. Sai, even if this is an admiral, right? We know Rock's body. We understand what he can do and what he did at Mary Joa. Right? He killed an admiral, did he not?
He did.
So
So
then
you got to
your
send at least
response-
2 of them.
Your response to Rock's, not only Rock's, Shakky, Whitebeard, Big Mom, Kite, your response to that is to send, let's say he's an admiral.
Yeah,
That's
let's
your-
be nice. Say he's an admiral. Yeah, I don't get it.
That's why I don't think he's an admiral. I think he's just like a vice admiral. They just had to deploy somebody because things are happening. Hey, let's
He's
just
like
send
the
a bunch
closest
of people we
guy.
can lose. Yeah, Paponga, he just
I like how
He
you have a
was his
nickname
food.
ready to go for him. Papunga.
that's Paponga's dad.
Yeah, hopefully
Yeah,
he's
but
still
it's just-
alive.
Probably not.
Yeah, look at Rock smiling when he slams his sword into the air. Yeah,
Probably
he's probably
not.
dead. Is that
Probably
panel-
dead.
Yeah, the panel
You know.
after Rock swings it, you see people screaming and being obliterated.
It's
He's probably
just-
gone.
Yeah, they're all gone. Can you imagine, like
That's
you,
so sad.
you're right out of basic training. Hey, first mission, the Rocks Pirates. Wait, me? You're sending me to fight the Rocks Pirates? Okay.
You gotta admit, dude, the willpower it would take to confront these guys, like they all have some hockey or something.
I really think it's kind of like when they sent like, was it? No, was it Stainless they sent after Mihawk? I don't remember.
I think it was Stainless. The guy with the mustache, yeah?
Yeah, like what are we doing? And now knowing of Mihawk's history, where Mihawk was like literally taking down Marines, it's just like, hey man, sometimes heroes got to step up. You're the hero we have right now. You got to go take down Hawkeyes. Oh, all right.
Oh, Stainless. He didn't fight Mihawk. He instead fought Crocodile and Daz Bones.
So he was with Daz Bones. So who did they send?
I don't know who
Was it
they
just a
sent to
random?
Mihawk. Probably just a random dude. I wouldn't want to fight me. If you had to pick, would you rather get deployed to fight Mihawk or Crocodile and Daz Bones? I'd take
really don't
Mihawk.
know.
I take
think I'd
Mihawk.
take Mihawk because
Because
like
he would slice you once and then he'd call it a day.
it's over, right?
Yeah.
With Crocodile, I feel like they might torture me.
Yeah, he'd like drain you of all the water. Daz Bones with his like, atomic splicer, like would just
Right.
cut my
I think
skin
it might
up.
be a bit more painful with Crocodile and Daz Bones.
Yeah. Mihawk would just
Mihawk-
one tap me and I'm okay. I'm
It's
good.
over quickly. That's how I feel. Or sometimes, or maybe he's just like unbothered. Like I don't even want to. With Crocodile and Daz Bones, I know I'm dead.
Yeah,
and it's
Mihawk
gonna be
sees you
painful.
fleeing and he's like, all right, fine, I'm just gonna let this guy go.
Sabbles. I'm like in
Yeah.
a sand twister.
Yeah, Desert Spada.
He's draining all my moisture, leaving just enough. I'm like, just kill me, please.
Yeah. You think you're about to shoot Daz Bones from behind and then the bullet ricochets and hits you in the head?
It's just a bad time. Yeah, give me Mihawk, man.
I'm okay.
Give me Mihawk. So the story also tells us that like, this is Rox's era. Like we talked about earlier, we're like, how does someone who owned an era just disappear and his name just get erased from the history books.
Makes no sense.
Insane. Now, transition back to Harold in Inishi, and they're trying to take down some of the people that helped Harold when they were going through their famine, right? And I thought this scene was hilarious, and it didn't make sense to me at the time because Harold is going to save this country and these people, and he's saying, "Yo, I owed him a debt," and this guy, right? He says, "Yeah, but like, if you protect them, it only decrease your chances of joining." And to deter Harold, or in an effort to deter Harold, he kills a woman. I'm like, wouldn't that entice him more to attack? Like, that's not stopping him.
That's like a 50-50 move. That is a 50-50 move, do or die. Because maybe you shoot the girl, and then it's like, okay, now if Harold walks up here, I'm just going to kill another one, and he doesn't want that. Like, I could see what he was trying to do. It just didn't work.
If I come to save people, and then you kill somebody, like, hey, stay back, bam. What? You're just going to kill more people. And so, personally, like, after seeing it was in the news and shit like that, I'm like, oh, it's a setup. This was on purpose. Like, this, I feel like they did this specifically to put Harold in a position to do what he did.
I could see it being like a thing where they win no matter what happens. Like, yes, if Harold backs down, Elbaf is a little bit closer to joining the world government, and we have slaves. But if Harold doesn't do it, then now we put Harold in a bad spot, and we can use him even more. So it's a win-win.
Honestly, I think they were not wrong because Harold does the Nika chop on this ship. Harold is a big boy, right?
Yeah, that's a one-tap, dude.
So I wonder, did he actually cut the ship? Because if he cut the ship, he probably killed some people. This is crazy because they have hostages on the ship. So I don't know. We'll see.
He used the controlled slice.
Oh,
he's
nice.
so big, it only cut the CP10 agent.
Nice.
Yeah.
Shout out. Shout out to Harold. Funny enough, Rox, being the opportunist that he is, he pulls up on Harold again. It's like, yo, come on, man. This is what the government does.
It's like the devil on your shoulder, bro. Like, join me, Harold.
Join me, brother.
They don't want you.
Like, let's go drink at the castle. He's like, no, I'm not allowing you. I'm not allowing a man like you into my country.
I feel kind of bad for Rox. Like you said, it's a very one-way friendship.
Very one way. But I think even in this exchange, because they talk about Garp. First off, why did Harold shave his head?
Somebody lied to him. Somebody lied to him and told him that he would look more friendly without any hair on. They were sabotaging Elbaf 100%.
He does not.
Somebody.
He
there was
looks like
an
a
op in
demon.
the castle, dude. Who did this to him? Like, at first, I thought he balded. Like, okay, he balded naturally.
I was like, how much time passed? Is he distressed?
But no.
No, he shaved his head.
Sincerity. And Garp laughed at him. Rox is laughing at him. Everybody's laughing at him. And then you get the next panel, which, I mean, to be fair, most people have, like, a headset dent. But he's got, like, that little bump in his head, too. It's like, oh, my God, Harold, what are we doing?
It's like, Harold, what are we doing, Harold?
Dude.
In this moment, I think it is interesting that, like, it shows that both Rox and Harold they've at least had a conversation with Garp.
Yeah,
because
they met him.
Rox says Garp hates those brass that he works for. Right, he should be a pirate, which I'm gonna bet that Rox offered him a position on.
100%. He said, Garp, I love your fighting style. Join me.
Like,
dude,
I would never join you.
That's kind of cool.
You know? And Harold, you know, he understands Garp, but what I did like about what Harold said, he was talking about the Navy, right? And it was like, yo, like, you know, there's some bad parts of the Navy, but as a whole, like, they save lives on a daily basis. I think that's 1,000% something Garp told him.
Yeah,
Like
and I
that's a
mean,
conversation with
I
them.
love that Harold believes in that too, right? Because I mean, it is true, right?
It's
When you
true.
sign up to be a Navy officer, WG exclusive, that's aside. You do typically just want to protect your island or something like that. Whereas if you're a pirate, you kind of sign up for a crime. So I see it.
I think people's perceptions of like pirates and navy is skewed, obviously, because that's the story that we're following. So I think somebody even in the stream I was doing, I was like, yo, it's not close how many good pirates versus how many good Marines there are. It's not close. It's like they're mostly good Marines and they're mostly bad pirates. It's like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Look at all the good pirates that we know. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, but you're
I'm
not
like, all
counting
right.
like all the fodder Marines who, get sent on random ass missions, right?
I guess I didn't see the fan letter,
Yeah.
where it's just like, yo, it's a lot of good Marines. They're just stuck underneath really, really bad management.
Yeah,
You
and
know?
there's not like another organization you can join to like help people, right? Like you can't really help who your boss is. It's not like you can say,
Yeah.
"Oh, I don't like the Marines. I'm starting Marines 2.0." It's like, no, you have to
Oh, that'd be
try
the
to change it from the
revolutionaries.
inside. Kind of like Kobe or Garp even, just or at least you cherry pick like Garp where Garp is, not doing things he doesn't want to do for the most part.
What I do like is that they give some perspective from within the Navy here, where now we see how they look at the Giants, how they view the Giants, and like the turns about said Giants. And Garp is annoyed, like you guys only want to use them, I guess, right? And even Sengoku, you can tell he understands Harold, and Harold is trying to change Elbaf's history. And Suru makes a good point. It was like Rox is trying to win him over, right? Like that should make it an easier decision for us.
Yeah.
Kong is like, yeah, but not much I can do, brother. What I did like is like, Garp is saying, yo, we need those guys. But I wonder if things like this, obviously, people talk about like Garp's freedom, and that's the reason why Garp doesn't want to. I think it's more than that because Garp has seen the process from Sengoku as far as being admiral, and then even seeing Kong fleet admiral, where it's like all this power that they have, they still can't do what they want, right? They're still limited in the things that they can do. And for Garp, he's like, yo, we need these people on our side. And Kong is like, I don't. Sorry,
If only, man. Which, like I said, it makes me excited for
Garp
one
isn't
day if there's
wrong.
ever like a Marine turnover, like they go against the WG or like they separate fully.
I would like that, but I think it's tough. It's tough for Oda to do that considering what we have, right?
Yeah.
And if Oda does a world government versus Navy thing, I think it would undermine somewhat the final war, because then are we not fighting against the admirals? Are we not fighting against Akainu?
I feel like if it were to happen, it would be in the 11th hour, like the final minute of the war. Like,
so
we beat
we're
the
already
admirals.
engaging with them.
Yeah, and then it's
then
like a
they
last
decide
minute
to
decision.
switch. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing is just like when I think about what Luffy's gonna be coming with in the final war, I'm just like, he doesn't need any more help. Like, he's gonna be coming with like half the world.
Yeah, they kind of need the Navy to be the bad guys there for a while.
Right, they need the Navy.
Unless the Holy Knights are like monsters that we just have not seen yet. Like Somers is like using 1% of his power. Unless it's something like that.
That organization with Black Horse and all that, all of a sudden they have like every animal that like representation.
Yeah.
And it's like they have all these strong people that were on the back burner. I'm like, okay. So I think they definitely need the admirals in that sense. But I did like the conversation here with Garp and Sengoku, where it's just like, damn, like no matter what, our hands are tied, and those are some of the good guys within the Marines. But it kind of is what it is. We then go back to Hachinosu 42 years ago. Shakky quit being the captain.
She
right? The pirate
left.
queen quit. She left.
People are sad.
And again, this is 42 years ago. Just want to say, we talked about a theory before, as far as like Shakky and really and a possible baby.
Oh yeah, wait. How old is he? Isn't he
Mihawk
43?
is 43. So
The Mihawk theory is so funny. So it can't be true, right? Unless she's
it
pregnant right
depends,
now.
unless she already had him.
Oh, and that's why she quit. Huh.
And that's why she quit.
See, like, I never hated the Mihawk theory about Shakky and Rayleigh. I just never, like, believed it. I've always been super neutral on that. I don't know.
My thing is like with what's happening with like a lot of the top tiers in the story. Not saying it's bad, right? Where it's like
Yeah.
they're associated with like other really strong and famous parents, which is like, I wouldn't be surprised or upset if Mihawk had strong and famous parents. Shakky
Yeah.
and Rayleigh,
I guess, I'd just be kind of shocked with, like, how rough his childhood sounded. Like, when we saw a picture of Mihawk, he was, like, he looked almost, like, orphaned.
Well, here's the thing. I would say it wouldn't be crazy if Shakky just gave him away.
Dropped his ass off an island?
Right? Just
That'd be
sorry.
nuts.
Because here's the thing. If they're chasing her, they probably would chase her kid if they know she's affiliated. So it could be a situation where she did that to protect him.
Maybe.
But I was like, interesting. She quits 42 years ago, and it's like Mihawk is 43. But, we'll see where Oda goes with that. But I just, at this point, I doubt we'll have any true top tiers that are nobodies.
I agree. And for Mihawk, I think the reason I get caught up in it is because I personally think he'll be, like, related to celestial dragons.
That's possible. Yeah.
And I just feel like that'd be a more organic way for him and Shanks' rivalry to spawn. Like, Shanks is the child of the Destiny. He goes up there to visit, the Holy Land every now and then. I feel like he might have met Mihawk there.
But I think it's kind of like,
we have, like, nothing.
What I would like about it is, and even what Oda is doing with, like, the Roger and Luffy and, like, even the flip, where, of course, Hancock likes Luffy. Empress likes Captain.
Yeah.
Main character. Back in the day, the gem wasn't even the captain. The gem was the right hand. And then the right hand doesn't like the captain, Gold Roger. The right hand, who's the gem, actually likes somewhat the right hand of Gold Roger. So, in a way, with the Mihawk and him being affiliated with Rayleigh and Shakky, him and Shanks being rivals is like, well, we have somebody that honestly was raised by Rayleigh and Roger, and then we have Rayleigh's actual son, right? Which is kind of like nature versus nurture in a way, where they end up becoming rivals, and it's like they don't even know, the lineage that's going on there, but they're just natural rivals. It'll be a cool way to spin it in where, like, it's just fate.
Right? I like that. It just keeps on repeating.
It just keeps repeating. Like, all these people are affiliated in some way or another, and they don't even know their lineage. It just keeps happening.
That's like that's like Naruto and Sasuke. Like, here's like 10 generations of people who just keep on fighting. They're from the same clans. Yeah.
I just find it real. Like, at this point, I just think it's going to be really difficult for anybody to be really good, really strong, and just be a random,
like, a blank
swordsman
slate.
It's just like, and isn't that kind of less interesting?
Because I think about, like, interesting if everybody has a special backstory. A little. I see what you mean by that. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think for Oda, it is like, I'm not saying Oda's trying to make headlines, but he understands what sells. And so, like, Mihawk, son of the Dark King. Whoa, what?
Like, if you keep on doing that, it starts to limit the world. Like, oh, you can only become a top tier if you're related to X, Y, or Z.
That kind of feels like the case, no?
I mean, yeah, it does. Oh, definitely. But
I mean,
you know.
of course, people are gonna point like Whitebeard, but like we have no idea who his dad's. Who his dad.
And then now we have like, in the current generation, we have Weevil, who is hanging onto the Whitebeard name. Blackbeard is now hanging onto the Rock's name. Like, I mean, even Zoro in a weird way, he is like hanging on to Ryuma's name because he is a Shimotsuki. Like Zoro doesn't identify as one, but he does have like the sword god blood in him. So I see what people mean when they say that. I feel like it kind of boils down to each individual person because I can see people being upset by that, and I think that's fair. I feel like for me, it's kind of like
that's not like for Luffy. Luffy is not
super hung up on it.
Who he is because he's a Monkey D, right?
Yeah,
but it helps.
Oh, it definitely helps. You know? And then he has like the Nika fruit, which Joy Boy had too.
Yeah, I think even for somebody like Shanks, who like would be the ultimate, come from nothing.
I don't know for Garland blood.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Before that, now we find out he's
for Garland blood, Gold Roger crew, Child of Destiny.
Like, all these things kind of point towards where like, if Mihawk is the one character that's just like, no, regular parents, West Blue, randomly just really, really good with the blade, popular even while Roger was alive, Shanks used him and got fame. It's like, and he was just a nobody?
It would hit hard if we got a nobody.
Well, I think it's kind of like, how I feel about that is how I would feel about like if Mihawk didn't have Congress Hockey. Where like, if Mihawk was a nobody, it would hit much harder, but it would just be like less impactful overall. Where I think if Mihawk doesn't have Congress Hockey and he's the strongest swordsman in the world, that like in itself as well is like, okay, so Mihawk really is the best easily. But it's more interesting if he has Congress Hockey because you can do more with it.
Yeah, unless we get like a crazy narrator glazing session where it's like, oh, the man who turned down Conquer's Hockey, the man who doesn't want to conquer, like something like that. Like this man conquered the gap without using hockey at all. Like, whoa, what the hell?
Well, that's kind of like
he denied all of his upgrades because he knew that he was already at the pinnacle. Like we could just go on a crazy glaze session.
The Rocks Glaze, it's talking about 14 ports, 76 ships, 16 raids. And then
just give that
people
to
are mad because I said Katakuri, Oven, and Daifuku could do this.
No, people are pulling up Mihawk too. They're like, oh, but Mihawk destroyed 50 Dawn Creek ships in the East Blue, guys. I love that. That's so funny. Like 76 ships only?
Okay. I understand what they're doing, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like, this is hype for the Rocks Pirates. They really did a lot, guys. I'm just like, it's ports, right? It's like, it's 76 ships is cool, right? 16 raids.
You also have to question, like, were these ports fighting back? Like, what if there were no Marines there, no pirates? It's literally just innocent civilians. Like, oh, please, guys, don't destroy my hometown. Just like little farmers.
I'm not gonna lie. The Straw Hats probably destroyed more ports in less than 2 years. I don't know. At this point, like, it's just
if they tried,
at the end of the day, it's hype. But it's just like leveling a town. Like, bro, Whitebeard can do all this by himself easily. Leveling a town? It's at 5 towns leveled.
It's one of those things you don't want to like think about too hard, right?
Yeah,
like,
you don't want to think too deeply.
Yeah, you just get hyped and then you move on. You don't want to like think about who else could do this.
But we're deep in the weeds, brother.
We are. We are. Deep in it. It is a little bit goofy. And then, Article 18, like, we don't really know what that is. People are bringing up things in real life, which I've seen. I haven't read through them yet, but apparently Article 18 is like a real thing that, Rocksteady Zebekir could have violated, and it makes sense since he's a pirate. But it's like right here, without the context of like the real Article 18, it just sounds made up. Like we just made up a feat for him, which you read JJK, so it's like, it kind of feels like Sukuna, like, oh, in the Heian era, he killed the 4 magistrates. It's like, what? Who? Huh?
It's gonna hit harder when we get the prequel.
Yeah.
Oda's gonna give us an SBS about this shit. But at the end of the day, I don't care what articles they have, right? like we've seen the worst of the worst shit in this world, and I don't care what he violated. Like what could he possibly violate? Would they be like, oh my god? Is it slave? Is it pillaging? Is it
It's like, but
rape? Is it like what?
I don't know.
There's nothing that I can think of that's like worse than like what we've already seen by other people. So we'll see. We'll see. That would be really interesting. But
they should have dropped in Rock's killed 2 more admirals in his era.
I think
that would have been funny.
I think when you talk about like leveling things, like even when they did the Scopper hype, and they're like, he leveled an entire mountain.
It's like, okay.
Cool.
I mean, everybody. I feel like most characters can do that in the new world, right? Oh my God, Scopper leveled the mountain. There's no trees left. No way.
And I think it's impressive, but I think because of like all the characters that we met, we're kind of desensitized from like mounting, like leveling. Like that's cool, you know. So
it's not bad.
That's kind of how I looked at everything they're talking about
insane.
the Rocks Pirates. I was like,
yeah,
nice.
Good job. Good job.
So, a funny part, Gloriosa, Shakky retires, and Gloriosa's like, what is Shakky doing? Like, and Big Mom is like, yo, she chasing after a dude, you know? You guys can't defeat love, it seems like. And Gloriosa's like, I don't know what you talking about, because you be popping out kids like popcorn. And in the same panel,
your boy, dude, he's there, man. Daifuku.
Yeah, Daifuku's here, Oven's here, and then we have Katakuri, which confirmation Katakuri was a Rocks pirate.
Or a farming.
You can book it, baby.
Yeah.
Or, just there. Just like, what are you doing?
Dude. You know, it's like, it goes back to what you said earlier about Big Mom. Like, in her final moments, she thought about Roger. I wish we had more people think about Rocks. Like, imagine Katakuri fights Luffy and he's like, oh my God, this guy's like Rocks needs it back. Like, is this power greater than Rocks?
Nope.
No
Rocks mention.
No Rocks
Well,
mention.
that's why I think, obviously, Oda's adding things on because, all right, Shakky's the crown jewel.
Oh,
Crown jewel. That wasn't the feeling when we met her.
Back at Sabaody, no.
Like, I don't care. All right, she's 64 now. She's still hot. She's still really hot. Men should still be fawning over Shakky. Like, so for it to be to this level where all the top tiers are fawning over her, yeah, it didn't feel like that when we met her.
No.
So, I think that's interesting. I do like the love triangles that Oda's trying to set up, like, because we had feelings about certain things. Whitebeard does not care for Bucking, right? Doesn't care for her at all.
Kind of feel bad because she doesn't look bad, man.
She doesn't look bad, but maybe he has future sight and knows what she's going to look like.
No, but if he was with her, you know, we got the whole like bad timeline, good timeline thing going on with Oda, so maybe she would look better. Different. Yeah, she looked better.
But how do you know Whitebeard even likes women?
What do you mean?
Whitebeard wanted to start a family.
Yeah, you think Whitebeard would be like Big Mom, right? Like cranking out kids. Yeah,
and have babies. No, he was just kidnapping little boys.
When you think about it, Whitebeard and Big Mom, they could have been like a great duo, right? Big Mom wants a family. Whitebeard wants a family. I mean, hell, dude, just...
But he doesn't want a crazy bitch, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's true. And then plus Big Mom wanted like a bunch of people.
Yeah, Big Mom didn't just want one man.
Yeah, right? At what point, if you're like Big Mom's actual husband, are you like, hey, babe, is that your new guy? Is that the dude this week? And you're like smiling through the pain?
It'd be like that chick from Apothecary, like, just go to the room. I have things to do. And Big Mom has like her orgy happening.
Yeah, the orgy, the husband's in the back room just like playing like this. Yeah, maybe it's better not to go with Big Mom. Like that would just be painful.
But I would think Whitebeard wanting a family would like find a good woman and just settle down, you know, and just have a bunch of kids.
Yeah, for a man who wants a family, he's got like no family at all, really. Like, yeah, they're family. I get it, right? They're pirates, they're bonded, but you don't have like an actual blood family.
Yeah, so
unless like Weevil pans out, but I think that's just like
so that's what I'm saying. Maybe he's like maybe Whitebeard was asexual, like Luffy's,
or he could be like Goku, where he doesn't know what sex is,
or he's just gay.
That could be it too. So that's why he has like the pirate family,
right? You know.
Well, I don't know. You saw how he reacted to Shakky at the end.
I think gay men can be attracted to women, right?
Just not want to like reproduce.
Yeah, you don't want to just.
That's fair.
Yeah. Shakky pulls up, and she wants to stay here on Hachinosu, because she doesn't want to get chased. Well, she knows she's going to get chased, and she just wants to hide. She just wants to hide out for a moment. Rock's pirates come back. An entire bar is built for her, and everyone is losing their mind. Hearts out their chest. And she's described as an irreplaceable treasure, and they imply that she was stolen. And of course, with this context, going back to what Garp said about the crown jewel of Hachinosu being stolen, it can be implied or taken away that the reason why Goon Valley happened, or God Valley happened, is because of Shakky. And Shakky was kidnapped from Hachinosu, and so therefore that led to Rocks going to God Valley, which in turn, of course, led to Roger going to God Valley, which in turn led to Garp going to God Valley. And we also have to include Ginny leaking the information about God Valley, so then that leads to everybody going.
Goon Valley, man. Who would have thought? I was on the devil fruit train for a while. I was like, okay, yeah, the legendary thing. Yeah, it's got to be a devil fruit or a baby or, I don't know, like a crown or some kind of key.
It is a woman.
It's a woman, dude.
Which, is this a hint?
About the Void Century?
Yeah.
People are saying that. I don't think that's bad. Like, hey, I'm all about it.
Blowing it up for a woman?
Oh, hell yeah, dude. I love crash outs. Like, not exactly the same scale, but going back to Naruto, I really liked Obito. The whole like, I'm gonna end this horrible world all because Rin died. It's like people, that's very divisive, but I always enjoyed it. So seeing Rocks throw everything away for Shakky, I think that's a W. And then plus, like, it's not like Rocks had future sight and he knew he would die there. If you go to the island for Shakky, you expect to win. So it's not like Rocks thought he was going to throw everything away. He probably thought he was going to save Shakky and get the devil fruits and possibly something more. So, like,
I want to say that
you don't go to battle to lose.
I want to say for Shakky, Rocks cared about it. Maybe some of the men. Big Mom did not give a fuck.
Big Mom did not care, yeah. Big Mom was out there for a different prize.
Big Mom was after what she was after. And I think that's the thing, right? Where like your interests didn't align, but that kind of led to Rox's demise. But for it being a woman being the reason why a lot of these things happen, it makes sense. All right,
yeah.
Like I'm surprised Oda went this route, considering like how he paints Luffy. Like Luffy doesn't care about this shit, woman, whatever. But that could be why Luffy's gonna be different. But a woman, we always saw how like Lily's being championed, or how like Emu looks at Lily, and like how Vivi's being watched, and and Gunko, and so it's just like it being a woman at the center of all this. It is for the course.
Yeah, and then for Luffy, right? Like Luffy wouldn't crash out over like a Shakky type of character. But for a friend, right, he definitely would.
He definitely would.
Because, like if Nami got kidnapped or Robin got kidnapped. I mean, hell, even Vivi, right? Vivi, she was missing for a while and Luffy wanted to go. And then Zoro had to, like, talk some sense into him. Like, hey, we don't know where she's at.
Yeah, she'll be all right.
Yeah, like, Luffy would do this, just not for the Goon session necessarily.
He's not doing it for a woman. He's not doing it because you're a woman. He's doing it because you're his friend.
Yeah, and then plus, like, for Shakky, being with the Celestial Dragons, you can kind of imagine what it would be like up at Marie Joie, and you wouldn't want a woman friend to go through that necessarily. So, I agree with saving.
It would get rough. It would get rough.
especially with
rough
what
with
happened with
God
Ginny. It's like, no, dude, save him, 100%, save him, please.
Yeah, Dragon was like, I don't know.
Yeah, Dragon wouldn't do it, but Rox, Roger, they're a little bit different.
They're
right?
free spirits.
Free spirits.
They're free spirits.
Yes, very, very
The
free
Dragon
spirited.
is kind of more like, what's the point?
It's just one girl. We can just look. There's another girl across the street.
Kuma, we'll get you another girl, man.
Yeah, Kuma, look, there's a girl over there, man. Come on. Who cares, man?
I don't want her.
Slap him on the back, dude. We can get you all the girls you want, Kuma.
Come on, what do you like? A brunette, a giant, a fish woman.
Kuma,
Whatever
there's
you
another
want.
town that needs to be liberated.
What they call the giant and Tantata, Dosundata,
The Dosunda.
whatever you want, man. We can get them for you. Chapter ends. Of course, the world government now having leverage on Harold, right? Knowing what he did and his reputation. They're like, well, since you insist,
That was a good accent.
there's one thing you can do for us.
It sounded like you went up a tax bracket with that one. That was kind of
A little
cool.
bit. Because then Agora said, you got to be sophisticated, right?
Yeah.
Kill rocks. This is like, come on, really?
Some good stuff.
And I
man.
don't think Harold cares for Rox as much as Rox cares for Harold, but it's like he's still not that type of person to do it.
I don't know. I think Harold would maybe try. And then after like a little bit, he's like, yeah, I'm not doing this. Like, we know that Harold doesn't kill Rox. It's the WG. It's God Valley. But I could see Harold saying, hey, Rox, you can't come to this island anymore.
Here's the thing. We don't know
We
what
don't know.
happened to Rox at God Valley.
For all we know, Harold could be there at this point.
For all we know. Because why is this backstory still going on? Why is Rox still involved?
He's stealing the show.
Like, it's like, wait, I thought this was about Harold and then going to be about Loki. So maybe Harold was at God Valley.
That could be it.
Right?
I
Where
mean,
it's
hell,
like,
Shakky. We didn't know Shakky was there until just today. So
it's about to place like so many different people at God Valley. It's about to be crazy. So we'll see what Harold's answer is. I don't know. It seems like he's not that type of person anymore, but like, what is he willing to do for his country to be affiliated? Because it seems like he's desperate. So either way, we had like 2 amazing chapters. Sai, final thoughts.
I missed you, Brago. I'm not trying to get a homosexual on you, but I was like, dang, where's Brago at, bro? Like, I wanna talk to this guy about One Piece. So I'm glad you're back. Final thoughts, though. I will say that. Final thoughts, though. I'm excited for God Valley. Maybe I'm biased, but I think this reveal made it a little bit better for me too. Well, yes, like Devil Fruits are always gonna be involved when it comes to why they went, but Shakky being the main reason, fighting over this girl, I think that's a W. I do enjoy it.
I agree. I think it is a perspective that I didn't think Oda would get deep into because of how he feels about the Straw Hats and how like he's not gonna go the romance route with those Straw Hats. It's always gonna remain like friendship, blah blah blah. Where I'm like, if I'm on a ship for this long with some crewmates, I don't know what would happen.
Let us loose on a ship, and my God, nobody be saved, dude.
God.
Dude, Nami and Robin, Jesus. Maybe I'd probably end up like Sanji after a while, you know what I mean? Like, for the Roger Pirates, like my headcanon for these guys, like, dude, you've been sailing for a while. The Roger Pirates are all guys, dude. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
What are we doing with that, bro? Like, yeah, the minute I see Shakky, I'm falling to my knees, brother.
That's the thing where like Nami and Robin, I'm sailing for like months at a time. Yo, at these stops that we make,
you've got to like release something, dude. It's like it's like when guys get out of prison, they don't like crave it necessarily, but they're like looking for like
Yeah, it's like all right, I'm sure that's like one of the first things.
Yeah, you just go by like 30-second and you just pick somebody up.
Unless they like had a girlfriend out there or something, or maybe like they were like getting their fill inside, you know?
Yeah, maybe they're just getting their fill inside of prison. You never know what happens, dude. Get your fill inside, get inside a fill. I don't know.
You never know. Because there's always a fill inside. But guys, make sure to like the video and subscribe. Sai, I appreciate you joining me as always, brother.
Of course, man. Thanks for having me.
That's Sai's channel in the description down below. Check him out, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Peace out.